Rwanda's national colors of blue, green and yellow light up the capital, giving Kigali a festive look as the $300 million Kigali Convention Center stands out in the city's impressive skyline. Not only is it East Africa's biggest convention center, but it also represents something much bigger. It is a perfect exemplification of prosperity and national pride for a country that has sprung back from a devastating genocide in 1994, where almost 1 million people lost their lives, leaving a debris of economic ruin. Today, this small, hilly and landlocked nation is not just punching above her weight, she's emerged as a model of economic development, termed by some as a third world country with first world indicators. Rwanda stands out for many good things. This country goes toe-to-toe with some of the world's most developed nations in categories such as ease of doing business and the corruption index. If you'd like to have some better understanding of Africa, start now by subscribing and hit the little red bell on the side to get notified every time we post. Welcome to Reason Africa. Despite harrowing memories of the 1994 ethnic cleansing, Rwanda has witnessed a remarkable economic transformation in recent years and has become one of the most successful knowledge-based economies on the African continent. Its achievements are often described as nothing short of miraculous. It has become the country to look out for in terms of investment opportunities, value for money, and economic growth. So much so that it is touted as being on the first lane to become a first world country. To definitively say this, we must first look to understand the meaning of first world and third world countries. The origin of the terms is usually credited to French demographer Alfred Sauvy, who used the terms in a 1952 article entitled "Three Worlds, One Planet." In the original context, First World included the United States and its capitalist allies, member states of NATO in places such as Western Europe, Japan, and Australia. The Second World consisted of the Communist Soviet Union and its Eastern European neighbors. The Third World, meanwhile, encompassed all the other countries that were not actively aligned with either side in the Cold War. These were often impoverished countries that included nearly all nations of Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, and Asia. Today, the terms have evolved. Third world countries are also referred to as low and middle income countries, while first world countries would also be referred as more developed countries or MDCs. Of the 54 African countries, about 19 are represented on the world's poorest list. Three factors determine whether or not a country makes the cut to be classified as a first world country: the gross domestic product and economic stability, political stability, and data from the Human Development Index are also taken into consideration. The first factor to consider in Rwanda's rapid transformation: GDP and economic stability. Rwanda does not rank among the richest countries in Africa, but there's a reason why this tiny East African nation has become Africa's poster child for progress. In the year 2000, the government established Vision 2020, a long-term development strategy with the main objective to transform Rwanda into a middle-income country by 2020, based on a thriving private sector. Since then, the Rwandan economy has been growing steadily at 7% every year, earning a reputation as one of Africa's fastest growing economies. The government has undertaken policies to improve competitiveness, diversify food production, promote exports, and contain imports. Thanks to this growth, Rwanda has been able to pull at least 1 million citizens out of poverty between 2000 and 2015, making it one of the few African nations on track to achieving the UN-backed Sustainable Development Goals. The share of people classified as poor has fallen by 7% points since 2011 to 38% in 2017. The country's economy is projected to grow at 7.8% in 2019 and 8% in 2020, supported by export growth resulting from continued public investments such as the Buse